Doing business in Brazil, issues and opportunities. Our team is me, Andrea, Brenda, Sebastian, Carlene, and Thomas. Our goal here is to show the Brazilian landscape for business, Hofstad dimension, communication styles, economic freedom indexes, import tariffs and free trades, current economic conditions, and the overall um, mistakes and frictions that the cultural differences and the current Brazilian market it's presenting to whoever wants to make business in Brazil. We're going to start with the Rofstad dimension that shows the cultural differences. The dimensions are power distance, individualism, motivations toward achievement and success, uncertainty avoidance, long-term orientation, and indulgence. Here you can see the overall numbers between Brazil and USA. So you can see uh, roughly the differences, like power distance in Brazil it's way bigger. The individualism in US it's more valued, and motivation it's also higher value in US. The uncertainty avoidance, where the willing to take risks in Brazil is very low. In the US, it's a little bit high. So usually in the US, you take more risks than you should that would take in Brazil. A long-term orientation through Brazilians is more important what's going to happen today or tomorrow than what's going to happen next month or next year. Indulgence, it's about the same. It's not even 10 points different. So both cultures want to have self-indulgences. Explaining that a little bit more, like power distance for Brazilians are more accustomed to hierarchical and accepting inequalities. Then it's bigger than Americans, making it harder for a Brazilian leader to exert authority in the US, where employees expect participation and expect to be more, let's put that way, respected, right? Conversely, an American leader in Brazil might appear weak, needing to adapt if to a more hierarchical leadership style. Individualism versus collectivism. In the US, individualism is valued, with employees expecting merit-based treatment and self-reliance, while in Brazil, group loyalty and social ties influence decisions. This cultural difference can create frictions in leadership approaches and workplace expectations. Motivations and success. Americans value individual success and openly discuss achievements, while Brazilians are more reserved about personal victories, seeing them as a sensitive topic. They don't want to brag about it. This cultural contrast reflects different expectations around recognition and self promotion. Uncertainty avoidance. Brazilians prefer structured systems with strict rules, while America values freedom and adaptability. Additionally, emotional expression is natural in Brazil, but often seen as a taboo in the US. Long-term versus short-term. Brazilians prefer clear absolute truths and focus on short-term goals, while Americans may embrace new ends, long-term planning. And this difference can create friction in business decision making and especially long time strategy. Indulgence, both Brazilian and Americans value indulgence and enjoy life, though Americans balance it with a strong work ethic, while Brazilians prioritize enjoyment even in tough times. This small difference require minimal adjustments in business expectations.
4. Negotiation style and strategies. Fifth for negotiation strategies and tactics in Brazil. One. One. Relationship building. In Brazil, personal relationships are essential for success in business. Before starting to negotiate, Brazilians prefer to get to know the other party and establish a relationship of trust. They are likely to spend time in informal conversation before getting into the details of the negotiation. 2. Indirect tactics. Brazilians negotiators tend to be less direct and more indirect. negotiations can be longer, as it is important to avoid open confrontations. Also, negotiations in Brazil tend to focus on the well-being of both parties, so solutions that benefit everyone are expected to be found. 3. Flexibility and patience. Brazilian trade negotiations tend to be flexible. Don't expect quick agreements, as relationships are valued over quick transactions. Discussions can drag on longer than expected, so patience is essential. Or avoiding pressure. In Brazil, pressure to make quick decisions is often not well received. It is important not to rush into decisions during the negotiation. Provide enough time for both parties to feel comfortable with the agreement. Section 5. Section 5. Government and politics. Brazil is a presidential republic with a federalist political system. In recent years, the country has experienced notable political instability, especially after the impeachment of President Dilma Rousseff in 2016. This was followed by the election of Jair Bolsonaro in 2018, who adopt right-wing politics. Political polarization has increased with deep divisions in the country over issues such as the environment, the economy, and the management of the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2022, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva was again elected as president of Brazil, leading to a change of direction in the country's politics toward greater state intervention and a progressive approach to social issues. Implications for forgiveness business. Political instability in Brazil creates uncertainty, but for foreign companies looking to invest or do business in the country, changes in economic policy, tax reforms, and fluctuations in labor policies can impact business operation. In addition, changing policies on issues such as the environment can influence the long-term sustainability of projects. Foreign companies must be prepared to adapt to a volatile political environment. It is advisable to have local advisors who can help navigate political complexity and conduct a risk analysis to understand how policy may impact the business.
Economic Freedom Index. There are 12 Economic Freedom Index. They are property rights, judicial effectiveness, government integrity, tax burden, government spending, fiscal health, business freedom, labor freedom, monetary freedom, trade freedom, investment freedom, and financial freedom. According to Heritage Foundation, the Index of Economic Freedom for the year 2024, Brazil has an overall score of 53.2. Based on information, I believe that the economic freedom that are more repressed in Brazil are fiscal health, government integrity, government spending, and property rights. The implications of these restrictions are far-reaching and can affect the business, industry, and the economy negatively if these are not improved. The type of freedom that are more abundant in Brazil are monetary freedom, tax burden, business freedom, and trade freedom. The implication of these restrictions are that the people in Brazil will spend less with the tax burden. Business regulatory environment. Business regulatory environment. Regarding ease of doing business in Brazil, in 2019, it was much difficult to start a business in Brazil. Starting a business in Brazil has improved since 2020 reform, but high taxes and contract enforcement remain challenging. Regulatory adjustment could further ease business operations and attract more investments.
Import tariffs and free trade agreements. In Brazil, import tariffs can significantly impact the cost of goods. As a World Trade Organization member, Brazil applies the most favored nation tariff system, meaning it charges the same tariff rate on imports from all World Trade Organization members. For non-agricultural goods, the average tariff is about 13.4%, which specifically rates the machinery, making vehicles, and electronics being a bit higher. For agricultural products, the average is around 10.4%. These tariffs can make it costly to import goods, so businesses often look for ways to mitigate this cost. Brazil is part of Mercosur. That's a trade bloc with Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay, which means it enjoys duty-free trade with the bloc. Brazil also has free trade agreements with countries like Chile and Mexico, which help reduce tariffs when sourcing from these regions. To lower costs, businesses should consider suppliers within Mercosur or from the FTA. Partners countries, as these can avoid the high tariffs on goods imported from outside these regions. When it comes to foreign direct investment, Brazil offers several incentives, particularly in sectors like renewable energy, technology, and infrastructure. Programs like REITI provide tax exemptions for infrastructures, projects, and regional incentives in places like the Amazon and Northeast regions offer that tax reduction for investments. While Brazil allows 100% foreign ownership in most sectors, there are restrictions in sensitive areas like defense, media, and land ownership near borders. Therefore, businesses looking to invest must be mindful of these ownership regulations. For businesses considering entering to Brazil, it's recommended to either source from Mercosur or FTA countries to avoid tariffs. Or even explore setting up local manufacturing to take advantage of the FDI incentives and avoid additional import duties. Brazil presents significant economic opportunities, but navigating tariffs and regulatory frameworks is key to long-term success. Brazil has experienced years of economic growth, but recent macroeconomic indicators suggest a downturn. Four key factors illustrate this trend. First, the lending interest rates. The cost of borrowing has increased, making it more expensive for businesses and individuals to take out loans. Second is the inflation. Inflation has been rising, reducing purchasing power and increased the cost of living. Third is the GDP growth annually. Economic growth has slowed, signaling reduced business activity and investment. Fourth is the GNA per capita. While Brazil's gross national income per capita has grown over time, the rate of improvement has slowed. This economic shift presents challenges for businesses and investors, requiring careful financial planning and strategy adjustments. Currency fluctuation and exchange rates in Brazil. Brazil exchange rate has been highly volatile, affecting the cost of imports and international business transactions. From 2020 to 2024, the exchange rate fluctuated significantly, ranging from 5.1938 to 6.1844 Brazilian real per USD. This instability impacts businesses importing goods, leading to unpredictable pricing and profit margins. Companies entering the Brazilian market must carefully assess currency risks and develop pricing strategies to mitigate potential losses. With these economic and currency challenges, businesses must adapt their strategies to remain competitive in Brazilian's evolving market.
We also put together some business ideas, some products that could be successful in Brazil. First one is a solar-powered portable charger. It's a charger that's useful for people in rural areas or places with unreliable electricity. So it would be great for certain areas of Brazil that really are unreliable and you cannot trust the electricity. Why? Why is needed? There's not many affordable portable solar options for personal use, and this product could help people who need reliable and eco-friendly power sources. How it stands out, we put that unique compared to other portable chargers, and it's designed for durability. So it's great for outdoor use, and it can be customized, giving customers more choices on how the product works and how long the product works. About the competitors, about this product, it's a Positivo and Multilaser, which is two Brazilian companies. They are the biggest ones for imports, and they sell power banks, but this do not include solar options. So that would be a great addition and a great product. This product fulfills the gap and appeals to people looking for a sustainable energy solution and a reliable source of energy. Next idea, it's also a solar powered, but now we are talking about one appliance instead of a source of energy for any appliance. We are talking about a portable fan that you can use anywhere in the house. Brazil is it's very hot in some parts, and usually most part of Brazil it's yearly around hot. So a portable fan will be a successful for these areas, especially areas when you cannot trust the power. It's not really reliable. So for a Brazilian consumer, that would be great. So it stands out because it's solar powered, it makes it unique compared to other fans, and it's designed for durability. Again, Brazilians like things that will, last forever. So it's important for their culture, and it is designed for durability. So it's really great for indoor or outdoor use because does not depend on a power plug. About the competitors, at the moment there is not one company selling this house size solar power fans. So this product could fills the gap and appeals to people looking for some other um, reliable and eco-friendly energy solution. Our third idea is a plant-based baby food. It should be affordable, plant-based baby food that will be catering the growing demand for healthy, eco-friendly, and accessible nutrition options for infants in Brazil. And how it stands out, we are addressing an unmet need Brazil's baby food market because it's growing, and many products are either processed heavily or have very high prices. So consumers, especially working mothers who are not breastfeeding, seeking healthier natural options, often face limited or costly choices, and that's why this product could be great. About the competitors, we have two big competitors in Brazil, which is Nestlé and Danone. They are they have like really great competitive advantage because they are dominating Brazilian baby food market, but mostly because they have a niche and they are costly. So in our concept, it would be a more traditional processing methods and imported ingredients. And in the other hand, we want to do like more a local source ingredients and more a local source type of food. Thank you everyone for paying attention to this, and I hope to see you making business in Brazil. Bye bye.